Well, folks, we are really looking forward to this Champions League final on Sunday night, and I hope it doesn't disappoint. Here's Adriano back in the cafe to talk through it. So many times in the history, expectations, of course, can get ahead of you, and one shouldn't lose sight of the fact, Adriano, that it is a final. Having said that, it's hard to see that between PSG and Bayern and what they've got, talent-wise, that we shouldn't be royally entertained on Sunday night.
I think that's right on, Neil. I think it will be an entertaining affair. I think there'll be plenty of goals and plenty of action. The two best attacks in world football, and particularly Paris Saint-Germain, who come in, and I've obviously watched them in their quarterfinal and semi-final here in Lisbon, but they just keep getting better. They were without Mbappe and Di Maria for the first match here, the quarterfinal against Atalanta. Mbappe came off the bench, but was still a little underdone. But in that semi-final against Leipzig, if they can perform like that against a Bayern side who are very strong, but defensively certainly not their strongest line of the park, then there'll be goals at both ends of the park and a large number of them as well. So it is an exciting final. I feel for Lyon and Leipzig, it could have been a fairy tale run and potential fairy tale finish, but really pleased that we've got two of the very best teams in world football going head-to-head to cap off this incredible European season.
Yeah, I'm glad you quickly mentioned Lyon. I wasn't going to touch on it, but now that you mentioned it, and pleasingly for you, because you obviously got the scoreline spot on. You were looking for Lyon to basically make up the numbers, and you were right. You said that you didn't see them scoring. Truth is, they should have scored. They had two wonderful opportunities very early on in the game. And it shows me, and it shows the world, that if you don't take your opportunities in semi-finals and finals, it'll come back and haunt you. And they should have converted and could have converted one of those. They didn't. And as they say, the rest is history.
That's right. And especially the first opportunity that hit the post early on, they could have gone 1-0 up and the game perhaps may have finished very differently. And do keep in mind as well, the Man City-Lyon clash, Sterling missing from a couple of yards out late on, could have taken it to extra time. But particularly when you're playing a team like Bayern Munich, the favourites for the competition for large parts of this season, you need to take those opportunities as Lyon. And the moment that you see a miss like that for a team like Lyon, well, you know, it may have been a very long night, and that's what it was in the end. Although, to their credit, they did keep at it. They did keep challenging Bayern, but it wasn't enough in the end. And the class of Bayern and PSG against Leipzig prevailing in the end, setting up this incredible final.
Well, I've had a lot of opportunity to talk to some big names and some highly respected names during the course of the week. I ended up speaking to Hugo Lloris, as you know, and his angle, of course, is an interesting one because he said, I've got so many French friends playing, but he was leaning, as you might imagine, just to Paris Saint-Germain, having the utmost respect, obviously, for someone like Mbappe, but also Neymar. And he was pointing out, and I think he's spot on, that if Bayern have a slow start, they probably won't be given a reprieve like Lyon gave them, because if Neymar picks up half a chance, or certainly Mbappe or Di Maria, then unlikely to miss. So I would imagine that Bayern will have to have their wits about them, as good as they are going forward. They won't want to be giving that much freedom to the PSG attack.
That is spot on. Now, do keep in mind, Bayern played a day after Paris Saint-Germain, so PSG have had 24 hours extra rest. Bayern did look a little tired towards the end of their match against Lyon, but Bayern have also won all 10 matches they've played in the Champions League this season. They've become the first team in the history of the competition to do exactly that. So it depends which way you want to look at this one. It's very easy to make a case for Bayern Munich, unbeaten in 29 matches in all competitions, 28 wins, 1 draw, 97 goals scored in that time. They are breaking record after record after record this season. Robert Lewandowski continues to score. However, I do feel that Paris Saint-Germain coming into this one, they have certainly set themselves for this. Neymar has been very vocal about his desire and determination to lead PSG to its first ever Champions League title. And of course, in what will be their first ever Champions League final appearance, they do come in as underdogs. And it is surprising because from what we've seen from PSG this season, they are equally as capable of scoring lots of goals. We know that. But I feel that the attack of Paris Saint-Germain may be a handful for the defense of Bayern Munich. And I feel ultimately that's where the game may be won or lost. It's a very tough match to predict when we talk score lines, amount of goals, and how it will be played out. It will be a very interesting tactical battle between Hansi Flick and Thomas Tuchel. But in the end, I am leaning towards Paris Saint-Germain. I just think the attacking quality will lead to too many goals for Bayern Munich to handle.
Okay, so it's interesting because I'm going to show you Terry's take on it. But you do see lots of goals. You see entertaining goals. So does Terry. I'll share you his opinion. He's gone for Bayern, and his reasoning, although again he's saying there's going to be a lot of goals, and he is very worried. He said he's worried about the Bayern defence. So you'll see that he's gone for a prediction scoreline where there are a lot of goals, and he does see Bayern conceding. So if I double click on it here, he's gone for Paris Saint-Germain, obviously Bayern in the final, and in 90 minutes he's gone 2-3. He's gone for Paris Saint-Germain to get beaten, but they will score 2 in his opinion. So Bayern is, like you, concerned about them defensively, but he feels that they're just so prolific going forward with their high press and their pace and Lewandowski and the ability to attack from all angles that Bayern will basically just outscore them. So 3-2 in 90 minutes, Bayern to be champions. That's Terry Paine's take on it. I would imagine you'll be looking at a similar scoreline, only favouring PSG, will you?
I do, exactly. I have PSG to win 3-2. So, look, I certainly agree with Terry's take on the game, but I feel the argument goes the other way. I think that Bayern Munich's high press will see them caught out one too many times against PSG. The pace that Kylian Mbappe has, the quality of Neymar, and also Angel Di Maria, who was the man of the match in the semi-final against Leipzig. I think that PSG will be too strong going forward, as I said. And I think the PSG defensively are stronger than Bayern defensively and will do enough to keep them out. But I think both teams certain to get on the score sheet in this one. I think the attacking flair and quality will be on show. And I do also agree in the fact that the early goal, a particularly early goal in the first 15, 20 minutes could really change the flow and momentum of the match. But I'm going to predict Paris Saint-Germain to win by 3-2 in 90 minutes. The two teams have played 8 times before in this competition, of course, never in a final, and there's never been a draw. So I'm tipping that will remain. I think that PSG will come out on top, but PSG to lift the trophy as another safer option. But it should be a thrilling final. And as I said as well, an incredible way to end this longest European football season in history.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely great. I know there'll be a few statisticians who are saying, law of averages, that there's never been a draw. Maybe there'll be one. Maybe it'll be 2-2. Maybe it'll be 3-3. I mean, if it's a 3-3 draw, it'll be an absolute cracker. But we do see lots of goals. Maybe the bet is to go high. You can bet with the bookmakers over 3.5 goals. And you probably get quite a decent price on that, I would imagine. One thing's for sure, it's going to be entertaining. Do you see Lewandowski on the score sheet again?
Well, if he does score, he'll become the second player in the history of the Champions League to score in 10 straight matches. Ronaldo's done it in 11, but he'll join Ronaldo in double digits. Do I see him getting on the score sheet? Look, I feel that some of their goals, if they are to score, will come again through the likes of Gnabry, Perisic in the wide positions, Thomas Muller always getting forward. Clearly, Lewandowski will be there or thereabouts, but probably not who I'm tipping to score. I definitely feel that there is a goal in this final for Neymar. And I think Neymar will be the difference on the night. And I think that Neymar to get on the score sheet is another wise option because, again, the determination, and I've spoken to him in a couple of the matches recently, he is fully focused on delivering his Champions League title. He's a great team player. He's really led and inspired this Paris Saint-Germain side, but I think he'll want to lead and let his goals do the talking on Sunday night. So Neymar to get on the score sheet, Paris Saint-Germain to win, and I like the over 3.5 goals as well.
Okay, Adriano, wonderful. One thing's for sure, folks, you don't want to miss this final. It is going to be a cracker. And we've said it before, sometimes finals disappoint. Frequently, that's when they're from the same league, same nations. If it's 2 English clubs or 2 Spanish clubs, this is not the case. It's France against Germany. It's 2 high-scoring, pacey, powerful teams, and I think it's going to be entertaining. Adriano, thanks very much for all of your input during the week. I'm glad that we haven't allowed you to be homesick because with your TV work and coming on our channel, we've kept you very busy. But safe travels to you and enjoy the final.
Thank you very much, Neil.